Well, hello. For those of you who still follow the whole pancreatic no eyes video situation, I realised this afternoon that, I haven't recorded a video in almost a month. So I thought it might be time to come back and update you. And while I'd like to say that that's my main reason, part of the reason is basically that I'm playing with my new toy as well, which is an iPhone 13. So, it sounds really good until I tell you that, I'm looking for an excuse to play. Come on. So a bit to report since last I was here. I think the last time I was here, I suffered through my first week of chemotherapy and was feeling really good. I still am feeling really good, but the chemotherapy has been problematic. So to not put it, in too fine a light, I didn't get the spews or the poos, but the liver did not like the chemo. So I get in on the Monday morning to have my second week's infusion after I'd had a little put in, and was told that no, the chemo couldn't go ahead because actually the liver function tests were really elevated. So that was a pretty tense week. Ultrasound, CAT scan, waiting to hear what's going on. Phone call at 4:45 on the Friday afternoon from the lovely young oncologist at the Austin, who tells me that actually we have 2 spots on the liver and that probably what we're dealing with now is metastatic or secondary cancer. Really, really exciting news for a Friday night, let me just tell you. There's tears everywhere. There's all sorts of oh my goodness, how long have I got? Will I be here at Christmas? Do I have to redraft the will? Look up the funeral companies, that sort of stuff. What are we dealing with here? And as I'm hanging up the phone, the aforementioned lovely oncologist says, "You have a great weekend, Louise." Maybe not. Anyway, he did say that we'd need to confirm it with an MRI. And if anyone's watching this who possibly has cancer or has friends with cancer besides myself, what I would say is make sure you push the barrel out a bit. Don't just take when they say that you've got an MRI that you can have it then, because waiting really, really messes with your mental health. So anyway, the following week, I managed to get an MRI in quite early at Epworth Eastern, who are lovely people, and the following Thursday had it confirmed by the oncologists at Olivia Newton-John that in fact, no, what they had seen was not metastatic cancer, but may have been scar tissue. They're not quite sure. But either way, I was hugely relieved to hear that it actually wasn't metastatic cancer. We'll leave it a few days. We're going to start the chemotherapy again. Let's go again. And when the oncologists have looked at the situation, they decided that actually they would withdraw one of the drugs because my liver just may not be able to handle it. So they took away the orals, gave me just the infusion, and, I'm feeling fine, the occasional headache, bit tired, but still able to do a 4K walk with one of my friends, and had that for a week, only to find out last week that in fact my liver function tests are still up really high. So essentially it's not tolerating either of the chemo drugs, and we're not sure why. So what they'll do from here on is to look at taking me off chemo for a further 10 days to see whether that brings down the liver function. And if it doesn't, then it'll be a biopsy of the liver. We do know it's not cancer. We do know it's not Hep A, B, C, any of those exciting things. My life's not that exciting. But we still don't know why it's happening. So then it'll be a biopsy. Apart from that, well, it's nearly 13 weeks now since I had the surgery, and I'm feeling really good in myself. I'm a little bit sort of unsure as to when to go back to work, what to do, because I'm still feeling fine, but we're still waiting on procedures on a weekly basis, and it's hard to know how to go on with life. So that's a bit frustrating. But I'm seeing clients in my private practice, which is just, the thing that I love to do best. And I'm catching up with people where I can, one or two, go out for a walk, as everyone is in COVID. As I've said, it's been really supportive for people to stay at home with me on my cancer journey while you're dealing with COVID lockdown and I'm dealing with COVID and cancer lockdown. I did mention I've bought the mobile phone. That's one exciting thing. My parents are amazing, as I've told you all before. They're still staying with me at the moment. So a couple of weeks ago, myself and mother decided that, really, we need to redo the kitchen. So we've done a few things like that, moving furniture around where we can, setting up the house differently. But otherwise it's hopefully soon they will be able to look at the liver, see that the function has come down, and look at another option for chemotherapy or different drugs or something. Maybe they'll say to me, look, at the moment there is no cancer in there, we'll just leave you to it. I don't know, but I would just like to get on with life because there's too many things I need to be out there doing. I want to see people. There's so many people that have written to me, and last week I got another lovely hamper. Who does that? I've just been so lucky, and with all the support that I've had, it's made it possible to cope and to feel really most of the time okay about it. I don't like this whole pancreatic cancer. I don't like the idea of there still being only a 1 in 5 chance that I'll be here in 5 years' time. But I don't spend a lot of time thinking about that. And I think largely that's because of the support that people have provided me with. So that's the news from this end. I'll keep you briefed, just because it's such a good way of getting information out to people. If you're going into chemotherapy at any time, the only thing I can say to you is it is not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. If you've ever had Whipple surgery, so just by chance someone looks up pancreatic cancer and looks at these videos, if you've got to the other side of Whipple, don't worry about it, because chemo is going to be nasty perhaps, but I haven't seen that side of it yet. It's just tripped my liver up. Whipple pain, if you've got through that, you can get through a lot, would be my message. All right, that's enough from me. I'm starting to get boring. Thanks for watching if you are, and for the support that everyone's given, either by watching or by making contact. And I can't wait to see everyone soon. And I know that lots of people are thinking like me in this COVID lockdown. Hang in there, we'll get through this. I've got the double jab. I'm happy. Take care.